Hello, my name's Josh. Kind of want to address something today. I don't really ever do these kind of videos. Sorry, my face is all messed up, man. I'm tired already into 8 hours of a hard day's work. I don't know, my big old schnoz anyways. But anyways, I want to talk about climate change with some people. I was in a debate earlier on Facebook on a sailing channel. I'm an avid sailor. Love it. It's one of the greatest things in the world. I'm also a truck driver, so... But I was in this debate with these people, and nobody seems to really understand really what climate change really is and who's responsible, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. I really just want some people to get educated, and I'm not ever going to call anybody stupid or unintelligent. It's just some people just don't know or don't take the time to understand what it really is and what implications it can have on all of us, really. Us, our planet, everything. So what really is, sorry about that, what really is climate change? Am I a climate change denier? No, I'm not. I really do believe there's some things out there that we are doing, we are, as humans, we are doing something to the planet that's really not that good. We're polluting it on incredible levels. Sorry for me mumbling. Anyways, a lot of people don't understand that we as people, we might be the ones contributing to climate change, but it's not our fault. And let me explain why. In 1896, Thomas Edison and Henry Ford were actually kind of good friends, and they developed a fully electric car. Thomas Edison wanted to use that because he was developing batteries, and Henry Ford, they wanted to make a cheap, reliable, fully electric automobile. And they actually built it. You can actually find pictures of this thing in video. It might be video, I'm not 100% sure. But then in 1908, when Henry Ford started to produce the Model T, and this was, after the invention of the internal combustion engine, he's seen how much more savings he can get from producing the putting internal combustion engine in his automobiles versus an electric engine. That's why he made millions of Model Ts. Saved him a lot of money. It was a lot cheaper to produce. Gasoline at that time was like, half a cent per gallon or whatever it was. So they kind of just put on the wayside the electric cars. Now, over the years, people have been trying to build this and that, but the point is, this is 2019. That was 2008 or 1908. You're gonna tell me in 111 years we have not been able to perfect the all-electric car? Yeah, we have the Teslas and the Leaf and all the other ones that say they're electric, but they're not, because you still have to plug it in. So you're still using natural resource, still using coal, you're still using nuclear power, you're still using all that stuff that's still polluting the atmosphere. You're still polluting the air. It's not fully electric, fully self-regenerating electric, which they had 110 years ago. And that's what I really try to tell people. They have so many laws against, producing your own car, and there really is. There's a guy on YouTube that he did this thing was called fuel vaporization. You vaporize the fuel in your tank, because gasoline itself is not flammable. It's the gasoline vapors that are flammable. So what he did was he found a way, and I'm not going to go into the details of it. You can find it out. It's on YouTube. But he vaporized the fuel, and he collected the fuel vapors, which ran his car, and he was getting 300 miles per gallon. But that's illegal for us to do. And it's a shame. Here in Florida, and really all over the country, and it's illegal for us to put solar panels on our roof without having proper permits and this and that. And you got to sell the electric to the electric company, or sell the excess to the electric company, which in turn sells it back, and they make it cheaper, or make it supposedly free, but you still have to pay taxes on it. See, that's the point. None of us are really, truly free. People that say we're free, we're not. It's all about money. And what really did us in was in 1973 when Nixon finally did away with the gold standard, being able to convert money into gold. And that's when OPEC was started. And it's called the petrodollar. The petrodollar is basically all oil on the world market has to be sold in US dollars. Now, you think, well, that'd benefit us. Yeah, it does, but who prints the money? It's not really us as Americans versus it is the Federal Reserve. Ever since then, the Federal Reserve has been able to print anything they wanted to. There's no restrictions anymore. And it's backed up by the United States tax dollars, taxpayers, and the United States military. I'm not going to go into why we are all over the world in wars. You can figure that out yourself. This is about climate change. So now, who really has something to lose if we try to actually combat climate change? It's not me. Well, it is all of us. But it's big corporations, your government, big oil, the Federal Reserve. And sorry for the beeping. There's going to be loud here for a second. So, really, at the end of the day, our government doesn't care about climate change. They really don't. Because at the end of the day, it's always and always have been and always will be about this. That's all. They can care. They can give a rat's ass less what happens to our environment. Because if they cared, they'd stop putting so many laws and restrictions on us, on other corporations. Like I said, you can't even put a solar panel on your roof. In some parts of the country, you can't even collect rainwater. In my hometown of Bradley, Illinois, you weren't even allowed to put a little garden in your yard without asking the government for permission. So really, whose fault is this? Is it ours? No, it's not. I wish people would do their own research. I keep telling people, do your research, but nobody seems to really care. Nobody does, but everybody will stand out there yelling at the top of their lungs, we got to stop climate change. Yeah, but the people that are telling you to stop climate change are the ones telling you that they can fix it, but they're the ones behind not changing it anyways. And the only way they tell us to fix it is to tax you. Let's do carbon taxes. If everybody just puts in and pays their fair share, we can combat climate change. How the hell do you combat climate change if you're still producing gasoline engine? If you restrict and stop, everybody from producing those type of vehicles? Hell, the guy that invented Tesla, the original Tesla, was 150 years ago. He had this whole thing where, I have to go in a whole nother video about that, but he could conduct electricity, and basically electricity could have been free for everybody. But you can't have anything for free because none of us are free. And it's all about, again, tax dollars. It's about taking money from us. It's not about helping the environment. If they wanted to help the environment, they could say, we're going to lift all regulations on, you can put solar panels on your roof. We employ you to have fully self-regenerating electric cars. That means a car, all you got to do is flip the switch. And you know what? They had that technology 120 years ago. But where is it now? Oh yeah, you can have an electric car. You got to plug it in. You're still using those those natural resources. Oh, it's still polluting the environment. So when people tell me, well, you don't know what you're talking about, you're just a conservative. Actually, I'm really not. I'm a libertarian. I'm just sick and tired of hearing this stupid debate about climate change and how, it's all of our fault. It's really not. We use what we're given. And you know what? If in 1908 Henry Ford decided not to use the internal combustion engine and went with the all-electric engine, we'd all be driving electric vehicles, and they would have perfected that by now. So that's my thought. Please use your brain. That's your greatest tool. You might just discover something about yourself, too. Have a great day.